Are we live yet?
Yeah.
When are we live?
Yeah.
Are we not live yet? Because I've got to scratch my arse.
Okay.
Oh, we are live.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to more bollocks. Tonight we're going to talk about CASEabetes, as it was brought to our attention. I can't remember who it was. Was it Baxter? I can't remember who said it when we did the arthritis episode, but there are other illnesses related to knives that isn't just arthritis. So we're going to do CASEabetes today. So it's things that help alleviate the symptoms of CASEabetes. And it's a bit more complex than it is with arthritis. It's not just buy a case knife, because there's certain, especially for me, I know for Mikey, stipulations about what we will buy and how we will buy them. For me, I know for Mikey, it's mainly the tang stamp sort of thing going on.
Mm.
Yeah.
Although there are some exceptions, it's got to be superb, or it's got to have a good reason behind it. Because normally, if I see it's an etch tang, I'm just kind of like, no, I don't want it. Which makes it hard to sort of alleviate the symptoms of CASEabetes.
Unless you can go old.
Unless you go old, which for me, the older, the better the sort of the alleviation of the CASEabetes.
I've been telling that to all the girls I meet for ages. Just go old. It's better.
Old or bald?
Both. Double whammy.
So, Michael, what's your opinion on CASEabetes?
Well, I got my first case of CASEabetes at Sharp Show in 2023, which is actually where I met you two for the first time in the flesh. You know, like for flesh only was like Sharp Show 23.
That's correct.
Well,
I was actually looking. Was it as well?
Yeah.
I was stood next to a very handsome man. We were both looking through drawers of case, and he started to talk to me, and I've known Sean ever since.
Who was the other guy then?
I don't know, some random.
Yeah.
So yeah, CASEabetes started in was it October 2023? I think.
For you, yeah, I would have said that I had a good period after that where I was really into case and I wanted to get certain things and bits and pieces. Before that, I had a few, but recently it's not gone away. I still love case knives; they're fantastic, but certain things about them that have to have for me to want to go and pick them up. One of which being carbon steel. I don't like their stainless steel.
They're true sharp.
True unsharp. True burr.
You can get a decent edge on it. Doesn't last that long, but I don't mind it. I just wish they would upgrade it, but I wish they did more of their knives in carbon steel. But you know, I dare say there's like people that are big fans of like the true sharp.
Yeah, I've got a few examples here. As I said at the start, there are some exceptions that I will bypass my prejudice for stainless steel and etched tangs, but it has to be superb reasons why. But before we go any further, I just want to say hello to a few people in the chat before I'm ignoring them all. So we've got Marco, Tony's here, Kathleen, Lynn. Hello, Lynn.
Hello, Lynn.
We've got Peter Tiffany, got
Tiffers.
Hey.
Some bold geezer. Robin's here. MB's turned up. Nigel Loftus. Hello, Nigel.
Nige.
And anyone else that I've missed, apologies, because the chat moves too quick for me. But there is more than that in the thing. So if you're here, come say hello. So yeah, Sean, what's your sort of opinion on CASEabetes?
Very similar, really. And like we said, it was that Sharp Show where I picked my first case up. And I think the first one I got that day was the
Copperhead?
Trapper, Yellow
Trapper.
CB. I think this was 2016.
So that's one thing I do like about Case, is that you can date the knife. I like that a lot.
Good. Yes. Yeah.
And it was just really went for the trapper really, because at the time I'd been watching a lot of American YouTube videos. Terry's Knives and Man Stuff, one of them. And the Case Trapper, Baxter's Blades, under another. Case Trappers were getting mentioned a lot on a lot of the videos I was watching. And I just thought I ought to have one. And of course it was at the now iconic Robert Cuttings stall. And
Yeah, that guy was great.
yeah. Cheap as chips. And it's a great little work knife, actually. When I first got it, I carried it a lot. And at the time, we were doing quite a lot of renovations on the house. So it got used doing some dirty work, really. And it was nice. So the carbon steel on these takes a nice edge, CV.
See, I love the shape of the clip point. If they did that in a single blade, I would buy it.
If that was their single-bladed trapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do get what you mean. I know quite a lot of people. They rework the long spade blade. The only problem with that is that if you want it to get it down to like a pen blade size, then you lose where the
you have to put your own nail nick in, and that always looks terrible. It never looks good.
Yeah. I mean, unless you knew somebody that could take apart the knife, dispose of said spade blade, and then reassemble the knife.
So the second one I picked up there was this single blade sow belly on the same day.
Sow bellies.
That one's lovely.
Yeah. Tony Bowes one. This is stainless, but to be honest, I was happy to go with that just because it's such a lovely knife.
And there's a question here that I want to bring up before it gets sort of lost. So Robin says, what effect does a true sharp case with an etched tang stamp have? Does it make your CASEabetes worse, or does it just have no effect?
Well, it wouldn't help it.
I'm with Michael.
It makes me be sick in the back part of my boxer shorts.
I'm just sick in my mouth.
Oh yeah, that as well.
Yeah, so fictional to right. So sort of the placebo effect. It's sort of, you think it's going to help, but it does now. Do
you know what the absolute best thing for like CASEabetes is? Vintage case.
Vintage case.
Vintage case is awesomeness. This really makes the CASEabetes feel better, especially this one from 1977.
Yeah,
that's lovely.
Isn't that jigged wood as well?
It's jigged wood, yeah. But that is that for a slip joint. That's a bigger, and still made to this day.
Grind blade as well. Is it what's like saber grind?
I think I'd say it is a saber, that one. Yeah. But look at
that. I do like the Skinner blade on that. I think it looks great.
Yeah. It's nice.
Skinner blade is awesome. I mean, this is a big knife.
A beat, and it's slip joint as well, isn't it?
Slip joint, yeah. Nice, and weirdly for a really big knife, it's got a fantastic walk and talk on it. Really good action.
Yeah, normally, well, without being knife racist, normally the larger the knife, the weaker the action.
Yeah, it goes a bit more soft than that, but this has got a great pull on it, a great lockup.
No, it's lovely. Awesome. The jigged wood, I wish they would do more of that and bring it back. I think that would be fantastic. Not so sure about the landing hole though, but you know. There we go. Much better. So MB wants to know, can it be fixed with a dose of Tony Bowes?
Tony Bowes can help, for sure.
But again, although it'll be a superb knife, if it's not in carbon steel, it brings it down way down in sort of the, almost a placebo effect. Mikey's got a nice one there. This one, isn't that's a Bose Collectors Club, isn't it? I'm trying to sort it out. There we go.
Yeah, single blade, back pocket. Quite a large knife.
There's a request.
Oh no!
I could show a half and half. How about a case?
Yeah, show a Cashley.
A Cashley. So this started off as a yellow Delrin large case Sodbuster with a cam tag. It's now been rehandled in my Carter by said Ashley Harrison, and he put a half stop on it as well. So that's a Case Harrison or an Ashley Case. I'm not sure which one you want to call it.
Ashley.
But this is awesome. It's my only large case Sodbuster. I was after one for ages. I nearly picked one up at Blade Show, Texas, but I'm glad I waited just to get this customised one because... And it was like fully stripped. It is perfectly centered.
That's lovely.
Yeah, it is fantastic. The micarta completely changes the knife.
Yeah, and he put a lovely, great big brass pin in it. Obviously, it was like repinned. It's got like the half stop, which is awesome. Nice stamped blade.
Proper stamp on a proper blade.
Big old sorry.
What year is it?
And it's also chrome, vanadium, CV still.
Yeah, so weirdly, all of my Sodbusters are etched, and 2 of them are stainless. But the reasons behind them, so this one's etched, but it was a gift from my brother for my birthday last year. I actually cleaned it up today because it was disgusting. Yeah. So this is the American Workman Series Sodbuster Junior. Michael, I believe you have the same one.
I've got exactly the same knife. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and you can see where I've buffed it. This is why I don't like the etch. Some of the dots have come off, look.
That's part of the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a knife that's never going to leave my collection, so I for this...
And my dots are still there, Sean, and it's a 2018.
2018.
And along with that one, I've had 2 other gift Sodbusters, both from John at Thrifty Knifey. One is this beautiful sky blue bone.
That's nice. That's lovely.
That's nice.
The colour's absolutely fantastic on it. The build quality is immaculate. So something like this, I will forget that it's stainless steel and etched because, well, look at that.
They can dye a bone really well, can't they?
Yeah, it's built absolutely perfectly. The action's great. It's absolutely right down the middle. There's no play, nothing. And then the final one was another gift from John. He bought me and Mikey both one of these. I think it was for Christmas last year, wasn't it? And then we picked them up in Texas.
Is that Crossroads series?
Yeah.
Is that an S35 VN?
S35 VN.
Yeah.
It does have the etch, but it kind of makes sense for this because it's not really a traditional, because it's screwed and
screwed construction, so it's kind of like a modern Sodbuster.
Yeah, and a modern blade. But it does do get red G10 lines, and I have sanded down the micarta on mine, so it's nice and smooth. And you can see you've got the double X etched on the back there, and you get this cool little hole as well for the thumb opener instead of a nail nick, which is pretty cool.
A lot of people don't like that hole in the blade, but I kind of do because it just sets it apart as not being a traditional pattern.
Yeah, and the thing I like about it a lot is because without the nail nick, I mean, if you've got like slightly sweaty hands, if it's warm, you slide off that when you open it. If you want to pinch open it, but with this, it
rips it straight away. Always rips.
Rip straight in it. I think it's fantastic. But yeah, that's a fantastic one. The only thing I would probably change if they did more of this series is if they would do the same cover materials but brass liners on it. I know they've done it for it to be light, but I think the brass liners would make it like way.
Some
more.
people have put their own brass liners on them because they're screw construction and
you
they
can
do
take
look good with the brass liners.
Sort of do what you want with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my 3 Sodbusters. 1 carbon, 2 stainless, but all of them staying because they've all got some sort of meaning behind. So they're the sort of things I can sort of look over, the stainless and the etching. What about you, Michael? What else you got there?
This is one I picked up in Texas. Remember, it was probably like the cheapest case knife on the Smoky Mountain.
Oh yeah, the black synthetic razor.
Yeah, big, and I've got this one because it had a fantastic action, and it was, I think it was like $32 or so. It was really, really cheap, or $30.
Yeah,
but it's dead light centered, and there's a really good story to that, isn't there? That black synthetic. It was because they couldn't use stuff during the war that they made this kind of substance, and so it's got a bit of history to it from like that point of view.
I was looking at the Sunset Orange or Autumn Jig, Deep Canyon, whatever you called it, Bone with Baxter, and the actions on those razors were terrible. Like they were either slamming down, coming back up and stopping, or they wouldn't get down. They were just bad.
And this one was just phenomenal. Like the build quality on it is scary good. But as good, even when you get a really good case, I don't know what it is, but if I blindfolded you two and did terrible things, if I blindfolded you two and gave you a modern case and an old case, I bet you'd tell which one was the old case.
Yeah,
they've just got a feel about them, and you just know.
James is asking about how we feel about the True Sharp stainless. We did discuss it a little bit at the start. I am a carbon snob. I prefer carbon on everything. I just like it. I'm not a huge fan of Case's True Sharp, but if the knife's good enough or it's a gift, something like that, I do accept that it's stainless. Just it's not fair that it's not carbon.
I think Case are due an upgrade on their stainless steel, especially for the cost of like some of their knives now.
Yeah. Kathleen's asked a good question. How old is the oldest Case knives?
What are oldest Case knives? Or?
They've been around for 100 and something years, haven't they?
Yeah, it's a long time. I don't know. I don't know the dates from them. It's not really that kind of thing that I've deep dived.
They were founded in 1889.
Oh yeah.
So I would say somewhere around that period they've been making sort of stuff since. Might not have been knives right at the start because some companies change throughout, but I think Case have been knives pretty much throughout.
There you go.
While we're on the subject of old ones, the oldest one I've got here is between 20 and 40, so 1920 and 1940. It's probably not going to show the tang very well. I'll try. But just about make out the big letters of Case there. And then it says tested XX underneath. And this is an electrician's pattern, so very similar to the Camillus TL29. And this is one I rehandled in Babinga because the handles didn't match the knife. So I fully stripped and rebuilt this one. And then you get the electrician's blade in there with it as well. And then the electrician's blade is locking. I try and do it without cutting myself. So you have the old style liner lock with the brass tab that comes across.
That's cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yes.
My oldest case is the one after that. Is it 40 to 64?
That's it, yeah. That bone looks fantastic now.
It is cleaned up there. It cleaned up really, really well. But this is
I
one
forgot. There is another case I have.
that I picked up for $5. This one.
Yeah, basically pennies. And while you've got that one up there, I picked up this.
Got phenomenal action on it.
I picked up this for a very specific reason. So Michael's has a fantastic age, and the bone on it is beautiful. But
Blade is short.
The blade is shagged. It's the best way to describe it.
It works fine. We ground a new tip on it, didn't we? And that stuff. But it's a bit shorter than it should be.
But I found this CV one for sale, and it's 2017 maybe, and it's unused. It's absolutely immaculate, but it's going to be the donor blade. So we'll be able to repair the old knife with a new blade. But this one is built phenomenally. Like they did a great job, and it's that sort of the infamous yellow Delrin that people either love it or hate it. Personally, I really like the yellow Delrin. I think it's great.
I love the yellow Delrin. This is my yellow Delrin copperhead that I got from Sharp Show 23.
Carbon as well.
Carbon steel. Raro copperhead. Awesome. This is probably one of my most, from Sharp Show 23 onwards, I probably carried this knife for about a year. Pretty much every day at work. And it was a great work knife.
Cool.
Yeah, big fan. Well, we sort of mentioned Randy earlier. One of the knives I've got here, another one is in carbon steel, was donated to the Randy raffle we had at the very start of the year by Gadget Gus, and it's one that I very happily won, and it is the little swayback.
Yeah, that's a cool little knife.
I think they call it the strawberry red bone, I think it is. But it's the peach seed jig. And you can see the stamp on the back there. It's kind of not fuzzy, but it's stamped a bit weird. It's TB61117CV, and it's one dot, so 2019 maybe. But it's got a beautiful Warncliffe blade on it. Although I'm not a massive fan of swaybacks or Warncliffe blades, because this one's quite small, it does fit the hand well. It sort of curves round.
Mark's put in the chat, it's a fix that you won that because of what he won because he
won the Plastica.
Because he won a Swiss Army knife.
It was a plastic Swiss Army knife.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. It's all. It couldn't have been planned any better.
It was the last knife as well, wasn't it? It was the very last one.
I intentionally did it as the last knife. I was just thinking, I wonder who's going to win this because it's going to be so funny. I can't believe it was Mark. No, but it was all for to sort of help pay for costs and things for Randy. So we're glad we could sort of do it. A little bit of organising, nothing major.
When I went over to Florida was it 2024?
Yeah, it was
23. I can't remember now, but this was the case knife that Randy had sent to me because he knew that I was getting into old style slip joints, and it's that little. It's really cool.
Peanut. You don't. I've never seen a Bearhead Peanut apart from that one.
Yeah, I know it was like a limited edition thing. And he felt really bad about sending it to me because the main blade stuck up a little bit. But all I did was take down the the kick slightly, and it's fine. But I think I brought back about 25 gift knives from that trip from between Kaylin and Randy.
Yeah, you had to dump stuff, didn't you? You had to dump towels and all sorts.
I had to dump clothes and stuff in the bins just to make the weight for the case. Yeah.
Funny.
And then, of course, my favourite one is the 1981 Randy Copperlock.
Yeah. That one will always be special.
Absolutely mint. Perfect build quality and just a lovely, lovely little knife.
Yeah.
I don't even dare carry this because I'd be scared of losing it.
Yeah, certain ones like that I like to carry them, or they'll just get used around the house or in my room. Like one of them being like that little Warncliffe. I won't take that out because I was scared to lose. Another one has been, this was a gift from Kalen Gunslinger Cal. This is my birth year. So it does say 1991, because there was 3 years they did a 91, 92, and I think a 93 with the actual numbers rather than dots.
Yeah.
Nice little Stockman. 6333. What else you got to show us, Sean?
Well, just you both will remember this one, Texas Jack, that I picked up when we were out together.
That was in Shepton.
Shepton, wasn't it? Yeah.
Was that my knife that I was buying?
Yeah.
What? I'm pretty sure that I said, I'm pretty sure that I said, that's a great price, I'll buy that. And then you were just staring at me.
Yeah.
I had it in my hand, I was doing a deal.
It was in my hand.
But it came boxed as well, didn't it? I'm pretty sure it was boxed.
Boxed, yeah.
I love the Texas Jack. It's a great knife.
One day it might be yours. When I'm
I've got one, Sean. I was just being greedy.
You know what Michael's like.
I was just winding you up.
It's great fit and finish on it. It's all tight and no gaps.
And is yours carbon?
I believe it's stainless, actually.
Ah, mine's carbon.
Well, that does mean Michael's is superior.
No, it doesn't actually say. It could be carbon because it's got a few little.
You know what you should do? That's it. Cut
spots.
yourself and then leave the blood on it.
Yours was in really good nick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was literally like new old stock, that one.
Yeah.
I actually think this might be carbon, you know. Looking at the few little marks.
That little pen blade that comes with it is awesome on the Texas Jack.
Yeah. It's a wicked little pen blade.
It's one. It could be like my favourite blade from the small side of things.
Yeah, awesome. And for a smallish knife, it's still nice and usable. It's good in the hand.
I think it's the only size of Texas Jack they do, isn't it?
No, I think they do a couple of sizes. Maybe like they used to, like not currently.
Right.
But there's a load of models that I wish they'd bring back and get rid of some they've still got.
Yeah.
Is a love it or hate it one, the old pterodactyl.
Rustlop.
There we go. Solved the problem.
I think I'm actually a fan of the Rustlop. I know it's a bizarre shaped blade, but it's really cool.
I don't despise it. I just think it's weird.
There was a really nice one of these. I mean, the build quality on this one is absolutely amazing. And this, got the CASEabetes shield.
That is the best shield I think they've ever done.
That shield is phenomenal. That CASEabetes.
Does the work to get that to fit in the bone?
Yeah. This is in like the cranberry jig, I think it is.
Cranberry. Looks like a cranberry jig, yeah.
And it's just lovely. Robert Cutting had a really, really nice one of these that I nearly picked up in Sharp Show 23. I thought I'd get it in Sharp Show 24, but it wasn't to be.
Can you explain why it's called a Rustlop?
Can I explain? I can't explain, no.
Well, the guy was called Russell that invented it, and can you show how the lock works?
Well, it's a liner lock, really.
It's sort of... It kind of looks like it might be a friction folder, but it locks.
This isn't a lock. This is just for one-handed opening, I think. You're just meant to do it with your thumb, and then you just flick it open, and then you have like a liner lock. So it's not the most comfortable of knives because you've got the top part there and you've got the liner lock there. So in hard use, you'd be pushing down on like those.
Yeah,
and if you come all the way back, it's barely a 3-fingered knife. So you can put your thumb on the jimping and that,
To me, it seems more like a pinch grip knife, like on the sides rather than. Yeah.
You could do that. It's a strange knife. It has got a lot of belly, so you could reach over and stuff. But it is a strange knife. But I think that's what makes it so cool.
I mean, they must sell because if they're going to keep making them, they're not going to make them just to chuck them on a shelf, are they? So
they've made them for a long time as well, haven't they? That's a cool knife.
Yeah. This is another one I picked up from Sharp Show 24. This is in, I think they called it the chocolate jig bone. I'm not entirely sure. But you can see the colour variation somewhere here. Up here we go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's lovely. It's like a dark brown, isn't it, really?
Kalen's turned up. Hello, Kalen. Cohen is here. Leatherman Surge. So this is Why Am I So White? Stop. So this has been used. But this is a 76, I believe it was, the year for this one. And it's my favourite size Stockman. It's not the largest, but it's not the smallest either. It's weird. It looks like it's probably a medium Stockman, but it's bigger than a medium Stockman, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's got these beautiful high polished carbon blades, nice sheep's foot, and then spay blade here, which says for flesh only on it, which is one of the best things about the knife.
That's so cool. I love that.
Yeah. This is a really, really cool Stockman. Is this the 63, is it? 63, I think it is. But it hasn't got a spay blade, and this was a gift from Kalen.
Yeah, that's the correct kind of Stockman. No spay blade.
Yeah.
This was a gift from Kalen.
This was a gift from Kalen.
Yep.
That Kalen and his case knives. But this is like brand new. This is absolutely stunning Stockman. Lovely choice of blades on it. Nice size as well, to be fair. It's like a 4-finger knife. But
I really took a shine to that 75 Stockman that Judd was showing the other week.
Yeah.
That's nice. You know, just slightly changing the subject. I don't have that many case knives actually, but there's another American brand that I really have taken quite a shine to. But
intrigued.
Yeah.
Colour me intrigued.
But it does concern me slightly because it's a Hammer brand.
Oh, the Hammer brand.
And I just don't want to end up with hemorrhoids.
Oh.
CASEabetes, arthritis.
Yeah. Hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids could be an issue.
Could be painful.
But this was a very kind gift from Zen Ali. I'm sure everybody knows of Zen. But yeah, I just thought I would...
Stacey's face palming after that.
Sorry, I'll get...
How many more illnesses can we make up for different brands of knives?
Oh.
Don't ask him that.
Hold my beer. I'm sure we can go through.
This was a nice one that I picked up at, I think I messaged you about it, didn't I? This is the Seahorse Whittler.
Oh
yeah, that was the fence post jig. That I've never seen that before.
Post jig, that was the one. We had to look it up, didn't we? Seahorse Whittler, absolutely beautiful little knife. This was brand new in the box, old stock, stamped, not lasered. And I think this was 30 quid. The back spring work and stuff on it was phenomenal.
Didn't you get a few off of the same person?
Yeah, I got the Seahorse Whittler. I got my first and my only case canoe.
I like the ones with the little nickel silver spacer in the middle.
Yeah, pretty cool because it's on like both sides as well. Got the case canoe. I've got this, which is this the half whittler?
We should have had Cal on here, shouldn't we?
I'm not smart enough to think of it.
There was that one as well, wasn't there?
That's the half whittler. Yeah, I used to have one of those.
This is a stunning little knife. Again, these are all brand new in the box, and I think it was just these three I got, I think.
Wasn't there a pink pterodactyl as well that you missed out on?
Yes, there was a pink rustlock that turned out to be some rare one or something, according to Baxter. But I was out of money for like that show, so it never happened. So it never came home with me.
Can't get them all. Try to,
No.
but can't get them all.
No.
What about Barlows, Michael? You got any case Barlows?
Ah, yes, Case Barlows. So the one I picked up recently was this little. I showed it the other week, I think. Little single-bladed spear.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, that's lovely.
Very slim, but the colour on it. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. It's
What
green, but
wood
it's got like bits of blue and stuff in it. Can you see that? It's just
in
amazing.
the flesh. That is absolutely stunning. That,
and it's only a small Barlow.
Do you reckon it's birch? It's got the same sort of lines to it like the Moonraker one has.
I don't know. I probably need to do a bit of research on this one, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So that's my single-bladed spear, and then come to the good stuff. Remember these, Slip?
that's lovely.
You got a set of 3 of those,
No.
and there's 3 of us.
Good, yeah.
There's three of us, Mikey.
Yeah, but these have all got different blades. I couldn't just give somebody that one, could I? Like, you know.
I could grind it into a spear.
There was a spear.
I mean,
These
if
are
you want to, I'll take the clip point if you must give it away.
These are all like brand new from the 80s.
You got an absolute hell of a deal on
Half
those.
tops on them. I think they worked out to 30 quid a Barlow. I think I got the set for like 90 quid. So. And some of the stag on it is absolutely phenomenal.
That's fantastic. I remember we were looking them up online when you bought them. I'm sure they were a set in a case, like a display case.
They were in like a wooden case, yeah.
A case in a wooden case.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of Barlows, only 3. One was a 2-bladed Barlow that I converted to a single blade.
Bring yourself up big. Big. That's lovely. That's the pocket one, isn't it?
Yeah. This is waiting to be redone because I've improved since I did this one. And this is just, the pocket worn grey bone. Did a pretty decent job of it. But something about a single-bladed Barlow, it just feels better in the hand than some of the 2-bladed ones. And I don't particularly know why. It's just... I don't know, but it does make it very slim. Again, there's that as well. So it's double X Elan stands for tested twice. Or twice tested. There's that one. That's in carbon steel, the CV. John at Thrifty Kniffy helped me pick this one up recently, which is the India paintbrush jig.
That's lovely.
And this is one of the ones that is etched and stainless, but makes it through because of, look at that.
Wow. Yeah, that's lovely.
And the variation of the colour, I guess, orange, whites, yellows in there. And the build quality is absolutely phenomenal. Great action. And then my third one is one I picked up at Blade Show Texas, and it's the SMKW exclusive. It's the Deep Canyon bone.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
The reason I like this one so much is because the thickness of the bone, it makes it more, a bit of a more chunky knife.
Was that the one that went with the Sodbuster?
That's correct, yeah.
Or the Sodbuster Junior, rather.
Yeah. And I'm surprised I've not used this yet, so I probably will have to get some pocket time.
Now, this is in carbon steel, is that?
This is carbon steel, yeah, 1095.
Yeah, this is carbon steel as well, isn't it? So that was really good. Another one I picked up from the first sharp show that we went to was my first ever doctor's knife, and that started a whole sub collection of like doctor's knives.
Yeah.
This was a yellow Delrin case doctor's knife in carbon steel.
Elan's got a question here. He says, "Where is the case factory?" In USA. So I've done that.
And I picked that up, and it was perfectly centered with a fantastic action on it. And I paid £20 from that from Rob.
What we got there, Sean?
So this isn't mine, but it's Lynn's, and she's kindly lent me to show tonight because I haven't got that many case knives. And it's one I'm sure you'll recognise, Matt.
The Kermit.
The Kermit. But so this was the first case Barlow I've held, I think. And they're a really nice little Barlow.
So it's a comment, Mikey, from Big Bird. I mean, that name might ring a bell to you. If it is Big that Bird. It might be Big Bird.
Isn't it?
Is there any case model you know that's great for fit and finish, or are they all take a chance?
You know, I don't know anymore. I'd say it's probably take a chance, wouldn't you? Really? I had a great run, didn't I? I had a great run of Sodbusters. I didn't get one that was off centre until this year, or the end of last year. All of my trappers have been like spot on. All of my trappers. All of my copper locks have been really good. To be fair, all the copper locks that I've had have been really good. I know Baxter got a bad one, didn't he, that he sent back, I think?
Yeah. I can't try to think what the worst one I would have had would be. It might even have been this. Well, one of the reasons I took this grey one apart, because the main blade, when it closed, it closed fine. It didn't like hit the liner, but it was rubbing all the way down the liner, and it was just scratching away at the blade. So I wanted to see if I could sort of fix the centering at all, and I thought I might as well just take the blade off while I'm here. Now, it's not perfectly centered, but it's no longer chewing away at the liner, which is a shame, because it would just be nice because we know they can make the knives good. They used to do it, so can you please start doing it now, please?
Most people say that the Tony Bowes knives tend to have a lot more attention at the factory, and they always tend to be good.
Yeah, and Gunslinger and Cohen are pretty much similar things. Anything pre-80s or anything mid-70s before is always good. And James Thompson's got something cool. He said he's managed to pick up a Trevor Ablett knife. Hopefully it should arrive tomorrow. Are they any good? Trevor Ablett made working knives for the working man. They're fantastic.
They are. That's what you got to understand. They were not built fancy. They are just working knives. Some are brilliant. Some have got gaps. Some are off centre. They all work as pocket knives. They all just work as working pocket knives. And then every now and then you get one that's an absolute peach.
Yeah, you do get the sort of the unique brass bolster. I think is fantastic on those.
Yeah, this was one I got. So when I bought this, it was when Trevor was still alive. First one I got, I sent back because it wasn't great. It was a bit hit and miss, few gaps. But this, they just no questions asked. Just exchanged it, and it was. I think it was that Steel City Cutlery. Is that the website that's a bit dodgy, where the pictures all look a bit kind of out of proportion.
Pixelated. Yeah,
It's
that's
it's not a dodgy website. There's nothing on there that we don't want to see.
It's just the
images aren't great.
It's a poor website. Yeah.
It's like teletext, isn't it? That's what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, they just exchanged it, and but like Mikey says, yeah, they were Trevor made working men's pocket knives, and they're good working tools. Yeah.
So yeah, I hope we got it for a good price, James, because they're fantastic bit of cutlery.
Some people are starting to ask ridiculous money for them, which is always the way when like Sheffield cut the passes away.
Yeah, or just if some sort of pattern comes into fashion or something, or they just become slightly harder to get, people seem to just go through the roof with prices. Like Saner pruners with a flat bottom, don't even bother. Like hundreds and hundreds of pounds, unless you're Michael and you buy one for £8.
I had to fight for that. He was asking a tenner.
But you did get a deal.
I mean, it did take a lot of clean-up work, didn't it?
It actually wasn't terribly bad. It was filthy, but it still had snap and everything. I didn't have to work for the action at all. It was just oil it and done.
Yeah, I know. It was a good knife.
So it turns out that the Trevor Ablett that James bought, he beat Robin to. James, if you bought it off Facebook group, you beat me to that Ablett by seconds, and then James has confirmed that it was off the Facebook group. So hard luck, Robin. Must be faster on the trigger.
Which Ablett is it then?
What pattern Ablett is it?
Was it a Barlow? Was it a...
Oh, there was a double blade and a single blade. He managed to get the single blade.
Oh.
We'll
one. See. I picked up when we were out, wasn't it?
That was a fantastic find. Was that at Barnsley?
Yeah, 14 quid.
Yeah, and I got that pruner, didn't I? The Michael that you've got now. I got that for about 30, I think it might have been.
Yeah.
Which? Oh, yeah. You know what? I don't even know where that is.
Over there somewhere.
Yeah, it's probably in the Sheffield box, but we're not doing Sheffield tonight, are we?
No, Michael.
Okay. Just want to check.
Although I have nearly exhausted all my case knives, I've got one left. Caelan will remember this. This is one I sort of asked for his help to try and find, as I really wanted a sow belly, but I wanted one in carbon steel.
Yeah.
It's the 6.5 with the Federal shield, which I'd never seen a shield on 6.5 before. And he sent me a picture and said, "What do you think?" And I just said, "Yeah."
That's a pretty special one, there, isn't it?
It's fantastic. I have cleaned it up as it's been used. The snap is fantastic on all the blades. There's the bone stag there. The build quality is immaculate.
That is a lovely knife. I've held that knife. It is a gorgeous knife.
Yeah. So just something about their carbon seal. It takes a wicked edge and it's just brilliant. And there's no rub on any of these blades either. They all gapped. Like there's a gap between everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you do that because, well, they could. This just proves they could do it. Just a lot of stuff they don't. And that's the same for every company. There's lots of companies that make stock ones have rub.
Yeah, most do, some don't.
It's not the end of the world. It doesn't affect the knife anyway, as long as the blades don't overlock like this. I'm not really that bothered.
It's a tool, isn't it? And you're meant to use it. If you get a little bit of rub on the two blades, or if one of the blades just slightly rubs on the main blade, it's just one of those things. But that's not to say that it can't be done, because it can. And I've seen it done with a 5-bladed Stockman recently.
Oh, was that a case?
No. It was a Sheffield maker who I'm not been told that we're not doing Sheffield today.
It was Ashley, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Ashley. Yeah. This was another Barlow that I picked up a little while ago. Do you remember that one?
That sounds looks like it came from me.
It probably did.
Yeah.
It
It's the
probably did.
Sheffield's exclusive blue-green grass or green-blue grass or whichever way
Bluegrass.
around the words go.
Yeah. It's a lovely one, that one. And I managed to get it before you absolutely sort of like took it apart and stuck a bayonet on it and stuff.
Stuck a bayonet on it.
Well, you know, you like doing mods, don't you?
What, tasteful mods.
Oh, yeah. But this was a lovely colour, and I just had to get it. It was a really.
I love the way that the case sort of sand the bone down to meet the bolster rather than having the bone the same sort of level. I really like that on Barlows. I think it looks great.
Case, yeah, when they're doing their bone and they do that kind of like the long Barlow bolster, it does meet really well. They do a really great job.
They sand it down to meat rather than having the bone the same thickness, and I really like the jigging into the smooth bone into the bolster. I think it just adds a really nice transition to it.
Nice.
I mean, Case do actually make some really good knives. Would like them to be a lot more consistent, but that's just what people have been saying there for a long time. I know they're a big like business and that, but you do just want to maintain those like standards.
So this one's in Burl, as you will remember, Matt, because this came from you.
A lot of people seem to have my old case knives.
Funny that, isn't it?
Tony's got about 6 of them.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a really nice piece of wood on this, actually.
They don't do a lot of knives with wood case. I know they do a couple, but nothing major.
Yeah.
Did we see any at the show? I don't think we did we?
At the show? No, it was all jigged bone and a couple of synthetic.
Yeah.
So the last one I've got show, again, this one's Lynn's and not mine. This was a gift to Lynn from Benny, as in the Norwegian tinkerer.
Our friend in Norway.
Yeah, teardrop shape.
I've never had the teardrop.
It's quite a nice little pocket knife, actually.
It's what I would call sort of like a, lack of a better term, like a gentleman's knife, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Good half stop on it.
I suppose if we're going to be PC, it's a gentle person's knife now, isn't it?
It's Lynn's knife. Come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's all the case.
Mikey, have you got any gems left to show us before I melt?
I don't want to go too much. I mean, I've got some wonderful Sodbusters, but we would be here for like another show because I think my Sodbuster Junior collection now is now running at about 21, 22. So I don't know. I've got another nice, really nice, you know, the ones that come in the case, trappers.
Someone was asking to come in and say hello.
Here he is, Buster boy.
Go on then. Say hello.
So that's probably my favourite case trapper. Again, like the jigging and the bone work and the dyeing is phenomenal. Finish is phenomenal.
Go on then.
It's just that extensively, really, really long spay blade. I don't know what you'd spay with that. Probably elephants or something. I don't know.
It's. I don't know why it's so like. If you're going to put a small spay on it, fine. I just don't like the big, huge, straight section of just nothing. I know that's weird because I like a lamb's foot and a sheep's foot, and that's just straight nothing.
And yet, when it's closed, you kind of understand it, don't you? Because you've got 2 long blades, and it kind of keeps it. It's like, look, but it doesn't.
We have a request. They want quick fire Mikey Soddies.
No, that's just Elan, and we don't listen to him. He's like mental.
He's French, isn't he?
Well, I don't know what he is. Walishy, Frenchy, Dutch, Jamaican. I'll show you this one because this was the SHOT Show special.
That's the one
I
with
think
the shotgun shell on it, isn't it?
I think from 2015, I think this one was. This one is absolutely fantastic action on it, perfectly centered.
Yeah,
Really
Elan's
well made.
he says true, absolutely batshit.
It's funny how when they're doing shows and stuff, they can up their game a bit. But this was one that I picked up, Shot Show Special. Picked up for like a great price. Put that one in the collection. What's this one here? This is the black Delrin. That's a nice. This is probably one of the cheapest case Sodbusters, I think.
Yeah, it will be. It's the baseline. It's synthetic stainless steel.
Yeah, I don't even think they're £40 over here. I think they're about $36.99, which is a great price for like a working Sodbuster. Another copper lock. A copper head. But this one, the main blade, is very pointed. Again, it's got a nice little pen blade, but that warning, that long, thin warning is awesome. And it's in that lovely jig red bone.
Is that the chestnut bone?
No, don't think this is chestnut. This is, if I've got the right box here, it just says red jig bone. Red jig bone.
I like it when they sort of change the. Hang on. Sean, what is that?
This is the puss, or one of the pussies.
Is that why they're called puss slip?
It could be.
It could be.
How is said unwell puss? Is it now better?
She's doing really well now. More or less back to normal.
That's good. That's really good. And I love the name of this one, Slips, because it's called the Golden Rod.
The golden rod, and that makes sense because now the comment that Elan said Sean's covered in puss.
And you know what to do with that, didn't you? You need to get your golden rod out. But yeah, case knives. I'm still a huge fan of them. I still love case knives. I will always love case knives. But I'm kind of with like Kalen there, thinking that the best ones are the older ones.
Yeah, they're still made in the States. That's great. The quality has dropped. Even though we've seen slight improvements here and there, it's the etching and things like that, I think, is just terrible. I really don't like it. It doesn't make the knife feel the same. Well, that looks familiar.
That was a pocket one as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was my first ever case knife.
Really?
It was, yeah.
Carbon steel as well, this one, isn't it? So,
yeah. Nice little half.
Yeah, it's a great little pen knife to me, really. It's not a pocket knife, that's like a pen knife to me, but it's definitely stunning. And that one's got really good fit and fit. That is a faultless knife.
Yeah. That's sort of where I started. I bought two of those. I had a Deep Canyon jig, stainless steel, and that one, and they were both immaculate.
Yeah. So yeah, case knives, I still love them. I still look for them. If I find the ones I like, I'm still going to buy them because, case. Too good.
John's turned up and put Murica.
Exactly, John. Murica. I think he's out tonight and he was like Phil Rouge.
Phil Rouge.
Yeah.
Tony, I've been collecting for, I don't know, maybe 4 years. Not long.
Case for me was Sharp Show 23. So
even less time for you. Nearly 2 years.
It'll be 2 years at the next Sharp Show, won't it? So.
Yeah, you were a modern guy before that, like the dark side.
We don't talk about that anymore. I'm like the Sith Lord who came back to the Jedi.
You've been reformed.
I have, badly though.
Born again.
I lost my hair in the process. That was a shame.
No, that was already gone.
Damn it! Tell him, Sean, he's a bully.
Yes.
He's terrorist.
But yeah, as we said, we all love case knives. We haven't got the biggest collections anymore. Mine sort of goes up and down, depending what I want, what I'm going to move on. But bring back the tang stamp, carbon steel, and no gaps. Done. That's all
So
you
many
need.
knives. This is what I don't get. I know they're a corporation that's owned by Zippo. So many knife manufacturers that even make a hella lot cheaper knives than like Case are still stamping the tangs. You know, it just adds a little bit more quality to it. You know, you've got a traditional pocket knife, you expect a tang stamp. I know I always go on about it, but for me, it would just raise it a little bit more.
The feeling I get from it, it doesn't feel like a traditional anymore when it's got a lasered tang.
It's too modern, isn't it? You know, you could probably get away with the lasering on the crossroads because it's screw construction. I wouldn't have a problem with that, but why not just stamp the, stamp that like
even the laser etching on this is not terrible because it's quite deep.
Yeah.
Can forgive that.
Yeah.
But just that, it just looks terrible.
Kathleen says that Case are only after the collector's market, and you know what? A lot of businesses go that way, don't they? Gibson went that way. They were making would have gone that way. Very, very expensive guitars now that are way out of the class of the average player. If Case are, just like playing that for the collectors and stuff, that would be like a real shame because they are great knives. You get the most patterns with Case. They make so many different patterns. Again, like the whole vaulting thing as well. I don't like it when they vault certain patterns and stuff. They should just keep, make all the knives that like sell,
Yeah, John's pretty much hit the nail on the head. What I was trying to say about the etching. Why bother putting a date on it if it's just going to wear off?
Yeah, very true.
Well, I know you weren't in earlier, John, but I buffed up one of my Sodbusters and it's actually worn off half of the tang. You see the dots are pretty much gone. So yeah, it's
a shame, isn't it?
Kaylin said you can solve that. Just keep it in the box.
Yeah, I mean, but you wouldn't use your case knives. You want to use your. I mean, they're so good to look at all the different jigging, all the different patterns, all the different dyeing. That that you just want to carry them and use them, don't you? Because they are really nice to look at.
Yeah, like the Barlows and the Soddies for me especially, and the Stockman I've got the 47. This is sort of a perfect size work knife, like especially for me, like the junior.
Sodbuster Junior is a wonderful knife. Yeah,
perfect for the UK. It's perfect sized, great like all round blade.
I love the Barlows. I love the Soddies, the Copperheads, Copper Locks. And I'm starting to get into Whittlers now. Stockmans are fantastic. There's just so many really cool knives out there, but you just want them. You just want them to be closer to what they were.
Yeah, I think secondary market for older models is going to be the way I'm looking at Case, definitely.
Yeah, exactly the same here. I will be picking some up, but it's going to be like the one I found at Sharp Show, Mikey, like the one you found in Texas. It's going to be like either in person or it's going to be on the secondary market or antique flea markets.
I mean, if anyone is looking for older Case knives and stuff, you can hit up Kalen. He's got an eBay shop, and he finds some wonderful Case knives. Not just Case. He's had bucks and other knives on there, and that. But he does find some fantastic Case knives.
Well, I mean, he found this one for me, and this was superb. And it wasn't an expert.
Kalen's telling me that I need a loom fixer.
You do need a loom fixer.
That's a nice big knife, isn't it?
But yeah, Case knives, do your stamping. We still love you. It's just sort of a love-hate relationship at this point.
We do love Case knives. I think most of us love Case knives. Just do better. Must do better.
Yeah. But any final thoughts, gents? We're going to call it pretty soon because it's excruciatingly hot in here and I'm sweating.
Yeah, it's so warm here. I've got my fans on full blast. Struggling a bit tonight.
Free, you gents both free next Friday for another one?
Yes.
Yeah. To see which ailment we'll be doing next week.
Yeah, we can just do weekly knife ailments.
Has anybody in the chat got any knife ailments that they'd like us to take a look at for them?
Well, I've seen buckitis.
Buckitis. Oh, that sounds like that could be a bit of a goer.
Yeah, buckitis will appear in the future. Maybe not next week, but buckitis will be about. So yeah, but I appreciate all of you for coming in and watching. Guys in the UK, I know it's warm, so I appreciate you staying as long as you did. Guys in the States all around the globe, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy your weekends to come and go and buy lots of knives.
And Paul in Spain as well, because Paul's on.
I'm Paul in Spain. Paul is in Spain. And then Naked, Cherrick and Mike are on with MB on Sunday because Sean is LOing. But yeah, so it's goodbye from him.
Goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from me.
Bye. That was terrible. Love you all. Bye.
Bye,
Cheers,
folks.
guys. Thank you.